exercise is tall kneeling. Now, tall kneeling is more of a position, but it can also be an exercise depending on where we're at with our level of fitness or core conditioning. What I like about tall kneeling is it takes our lower legs out of the equation and really puts emphasis on our core. So how we're going to do it is come down to our knees. If you have knee issues, like it's hard to kneel, then you're obviously not going to do this one. Now, what I want you to do is just think about where you're feeling this exercise. And that's really important because we can do this exercise incorrectly just because we go to our natural patterns. So where you feel this exercise should be in your core and your glutes. A lot of people, when they first get in this position, feel it more through their hips, flexors, the front of their legs, or their quads, or their low back. And that should not be the case. So we want to troubleshoot how we can make this exercise / position more effective. A couple of things to think about is where our knees are lined up with our hips. We want them to be in a direct line. Some people go a little wider at first. That is going to put a little bit more stress through the adductors, and we don't want that. So make sure your knees and your hips are in line. So if you were to draw a straight line up, they'd meet. Okay, from there, you want to think about being tall, like you have a string on the top of your head that's pulling you up. Shoulders are relaxing down, and you're being wide and broad through the pelvis. That should help open you up and put more emphasis on the glutes and the lower core. If you're still feeling this, having a hard time, I want you to think about gently squeezing a ball between your inner thighs. I like to tell people, pretend it's a crystal ball, so you're not squeezing too hard, but you're also not going to let it go. Now you should hopefully be feeling more activation through the core and through the glutes. From here, you can just hold this like you would a plank for about 30 seconds, a minute, 2 minutes, and then we can start to layer on exercises such as overhead press or bicep curls. But whatever we do, we want to make sure we're in the correct position.